Welcome back to Tool World. This is your host, Mr. Ju, and I'm here with Master Ju.
How's it going there, Mr. Ju?
It's going pretty well.
Pretty good day?
Pretty good day.
Yeah?
Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
Some people have asked me a couple questions regarding in Jungun, the release on that, and how does that work? So that's actually one of our requirements for white belt is how to get out of a hold when someone grabs you by the arm, right?
So we talk about multiple different ways for our white belts to get out of. Usually maybe 4 or 5 different ways, but they always come back down to the same fundamental principle, which is attacking the thumb, right? Going towards the fingers, no dice. But going towards the thumb, yes. Doesn't matter how big or small you are, that's going to be the opening point to attack towards.
Right. The thumb finishes the hold.
Yeah.
Right? So if I didn't have a thumb and you try to go towards the fingers, it doesn't release.
Yeah.
So you always got to go to the opening, or in this case, it's the thumb, because that's the thumb is what closes the grip, right?
Right.
You know, what's interesting too is that we always kind of teach it from the down position, like grabs from down here.
Yeah.
And versus other ways, maybe up here, right? Who actually would hold you that way down there? I did see a video of a young lady, maybe in the teens, and she was abducted. Well, the guy had actually held her with the arm down, like what we just described. It's unfortunate. It just baffles me, you know, how does something simple like that could really help somebody? I think probably from the hand up position seems more realistic, especially for guys. Maybe because you're in a sparring or fighting situation, not sparring, but maybe in a self-defense situation where someone might grab you and it's ready to punch you, right? Yeah. And so, like you said, going towards the thumb really helps, right? Now, I think there's a couple things about the releases, and we'll get back to that in Jungun, right? Is we teach our students, our white belts, basically that idea of how we're trying to get out of that hold, attacking the thumb, right? Basically, that's what we're trying to do. But there's a lot more to it than that, I think. Wouldn't you agree? You have to get your body behind it, so it's not just an arm movement. You also want to, in my opinion, you want to go forward as well. And really, we want to keep our arms in fairly tight. There has been some studies, or if you look at people that have been grabbed, and what is a major injury when someone grabs in the arm? It's a shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Because they're pulling you and you're trying to pull away from them. So you see a lot of dislocated shoulders, or the arm gets dislocated or whatever, especially when you're in a very volatile situation where you're really working really hard. And so really, we need to protect that. So we need to keep it in close. Right. Move in towards them, and then execute the technique from that position. Yeah. We don't necessarily teach that to our white belts, though. I mean, I do bring it in sometimes. How about you?
Sometimes, but they kind of struggle with the idea.
Yeah, exactly. The little idea first, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of showing just a little component, and it's up to us as in our own self-defense situation how to apply that, right? So why don't you talk a little bit about Jungun and how that works? Because that is interesting, because that's a blue belt pattern, and we teach the release way back at white belt.
Right. So in Jungun, we start in a back fist strike, followed by a release and a counterattack.
Correct.
And I think one of the big misconceptions of it is that the hand looks like it should be moving in a big circle or a big rotation. And I think that we perceive it that it's like being done in a circle because of the changes from L stance to walking stance. So when you change from such a narrow stance to a larger stance, it looks as if the arm is coming in an arc, but in reality it's staying in mostly in the same area and then releasing towards the thumb.
Right.
And you see this in the encyclopedia that the hand is almost basically in the same area. It just drops down and then in.
Right. And so there's a couple things I think we can learn from it. We talked a little bit about it, and that is we're attacking the thumb and we're moving forward, right? And so and in Jungun, you're in the L stance, and then you move into the walking stance. And so that's that moving forward, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at it from the photo, obviously, it looks like the hand stays in the same place. So basically it's coming straight down, attacking the thumb, and then General Chase says rotate the fist. I think depending on which fist you're using, counterclockwise. And I think what he's saying is this movement here, rotating the fist. So when you go from L stance, if my hand is straight in front, L stance is fairly narrow. I go down, I go to walking stance. It still stays in the same place, but it does kind of look like I'm doing this because it's from here, and then the walking stance, I'm here, so it's more like in the center of my body.
Yeah.
So it does look like it's kind of coming in a circle.
Yeah.
But I think the key point is going straight down on the thumb. That's important. And I believe you pointed it out to me, is the application in the photo. One is maybe this way, and that makes a lot of sense. You go straight down and then out. But if you went the other way, it's going towards my finger, and that's the thing we talked about. It doesn't work when we go towards the thumb.
Right.
And in this case here, same thing. We want to go down towards the thumb and then in. So that's attacking that thumb. So how about when someone grabs you from down? Still the same application would apply, right? Sometimes you have to go up versus down. It just depends on the grab, right? Yeah. So if I was holding it down here, you wouldn't go necessarily down. You want to go towards the thumb. You want to attack that thumb. In that case, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, stop that, hurting me.
Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Thank you for jumping into Tool World this entire year. Hopefully you've liked our new videos, podcasts, topics that we've discussed. Let us know what you want to listen to in 2021.
Yes, let's get some feedback.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holiday. And let's hope we have a great 2021.
Awesome. Well, don't forget to be safe.
Keep training.
And have a great New Year's.
Take one.